Mr. P. It's tea time with 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 Mr. P.
All right, I'm ready.
You've got Kelty giggling in the background. She's listening to you.
All right, Kelty. All right. Welcome to Tea Time with Mr. P. This is our first episode. I'm Mr. P, a teacher at A.E. Perry, home of the Roadrunners. And as some of you may have forgotten, I'll try to share screen here. Let me know if this works. Still learning how to Zoom. Can you guys see that?
Oh, now we can.
Yeah. Now you can. Share screen. As some of you know, it's May 4th, so may the 4th be with you. Anyways, we decided to try this kind of show because we want to stay connected with our A.E. Perry family, and we've been trying to think of different ways. So our school has had a parade, and we made a staff video. So this is our next venture into connecting with our A.E. Perry family. The feedback from the first two has been super positive and thankful and even emotional. And for me, it goes to show that it's something needed. Families and staff are telling us that these kind of things are needed. I'd like to introduce these are our first two guests, Mrs. Brady, and our principal, and Mrs. Worms, our vice principal. And did you guys know that on Friday it was National Principal Day?
I did not know that.
Yeah, we'll include Vice Principal Day because I looked up Vice Principal Day, Janine, and there isn't one. So sorry about that. Anyways, we just want you to introduce yourselves, and Deanna, we'll start with you and who you are and your choice on what you want to share.
Okay, I'm Deanna Brady. I'm the principal at A.E. Perry, as you know, and proudly, I will add. I've been a principal in this district for, I think, 17 years, which seems way too long. But interestingly enough, A.E. Perry is the first school that I've been at for this length of time, and that's a real pleasure and an honor. I've certainly enjoyed being able to stay here. So this is my 5th year at A.E. Perry, and really just enjoying every minute of it.
Awesome, thanks, Deanna.
I'm Janine Worms. I'm the vice principal at A.E. Perry, and I'm so happy that I'm here at A.E. Perry. And this is my 3rd year at A.E. Perry. Prior to that, I was in the classroom teaching. I don't want to say how many years because it was many, many years. And I now have students who are parents here in the building, so that's how old I am. And I love being here. I love the community, and I love the staff that I'm working with.
Awesome, awesome. By the way, thank you guys for being vulnerable during this situation. Hey, what are you guys, during this whole situation, what are you missing the most? You know, especially from a work or personal standpoint?
Work? I think I'm missing.
Well, for me, go ahead, Janine.
I think for work, I'm missing the kids and the staff so much. I know we have a few staff in the building, but it's just not the same. And I see a few of the students every once in a while, but again, it's just not the same. I've seen everybody day to day, and I miss my reading groups and just being able to be with them. I got to go into 2 Zooms on Friday and just loved seeing the kids.
Deanna?
Yeah, I mean, that I would have to echo the very same thing. I think those buildings are just that. And when you're there at the school, and Mrs. Worms and I are, it is a really different place without the students and the staff there. I miss the connections every morning with students, the meet and greets, the checking in on classrooms, and just getting to connect with kids daily. And so it's pretty lonely, I think, if that would really kind of describe it. And I think that's what I'm hearing from people too, is just that isolation that you feel, right, when nobody is around and you can't see them. So that, and we've got such an amazing staff, and we have a lot of fun together, and there's some laughs, and I miss that too, right? So it's just, the Zoom meetings are great. That's probably a highlight, although I'm getting kind of tired of Zoom meetings, but it's just one way that I can actually see everybody, and I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah, any silver linings to this whole thing? I mean, we hear that term, silver linings, Deanna.
Yeah, well, I think so. And I think, you sometimes in a crisis, you have to look hard for the silver lining. And sometimes we take for granted kind of what we have. And I know I've really stopped to take stock and go and say, you know what, there's always challenges. There just is. You can't get a group of people together, in the hundreds and have there not be issues. But I think the silver lining is you just take this moment to really appreciate the people that you work with, appreciate the families and the students even more. I mean, you loved them before, but now you don't get to see them and you don't get that connection. And so it reminds you how important these people are with you. We spend a lot of time together. And, when we go to work and when kids are at school, they're with us for a long part of the day. And now not to see them at all, that's the really, really hard part.
Yeah. Janine, you're at the school a lot. I mean, what has impressed you the most about our A.E. Perry community?
Just coming together and, just hearing little snippets and sharings, on the Facebook site. And it just melts my heart when I see the different families posting things and what they're doing out in our community and what they're doing with their learning. And as well, as parents come to pick up lunches and backpacks and different supplies, they come in to get their supplies from their teachers, their work packages, just seeing the kids and seeing how happy and having conversations and making the connections. And it's just so important that we do that every day.
Yeah, cool. Deanna, do you want to add to that?
No, I just think, it's really kind of heartwarming. I think it speaks to the connection that our teachers have with their students, but also as a building, like we just look out for each other. And I've just been really touched by parents reaching out, and especially if they're struggling, reaching out to us and asking for help, because that's what we want to do. And really all of us coming together to support, if families are struggling at home, then we're brainstorming, how can we help them? And they've been so appreciative of that. And I think that just makes me even more proud, right? Just to belong to this community.
Yeah, I've noticed, just really quickly, just how much our staff cares. I mean, they truly, truly care about the kids and the families. And that's been, we talk about coming together. I really think we're seeing that with our school, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share
and if I could just add, Mr. Patterson, I said this in a recent interview. I mean, it didn't make the cut, but I did say that our staff, this is sort of second nature to our group. And I mean, our staff, this is a very caring and supportive group of teachers and support staff.
Yeah.
They were reaching out, going above and beyond well before this happened, but just looking at the creativity that teachers are using to be able to connect with kids, what they're doing to reach out to families. I'm incredibly proud of each and every one of them. I really am. And so it makes me just really feel even, more strongly about the team that we have here of professionals working in our building. It's just, it's pretty special.
Awesome. I have to show you, if you haven't seen John Krasinski's Some Good News, he gives a shout out. We'll see if we can hear this, to some of the, let's see if you can hear that.
GTA's 2020 class of valedictorian.
Started teaching her right through the window.
So they gotta listen to this.
And this brings me to a segment I like to call Nice Job, Parents. Because speaking from experience, having only homeschooled for 2 weeks, I'm damn near at the end of my rope, and I'm only doing 6-year-old math. For those of you with kids over 6, good luck, and thank God for spring break.
Anyways, it's really great because, you know, we talking to parents where we know we're seeing some frustrations, and I did want to share with you know, even this one, I'm hearing from parents a lot that they're feeling frustrated, and of course a lot of people have seen this one. Here's Sue, 31 years old, homeschooling her kids for the last 5 days. Great job, Sue, keep it up. So, you know, it's really been a stressful time, and I did want to share with especially the parents, if you go to the SD73 webpage and you click on this part, Dear Parents, we support you, it's it goes to, I'll go back. You gotta love live streaming. It has a really great parent resource page, and if you scroll down, there's a number of resources, suggested links, and here's John Krasinski, some good news, support for children and teens. They have really lots of stuff for you to look at. Over here on the parent info sessions, I watched a video last night of Catherine Gully, and Catherine Gully is, she worked for Child Youth Mental Health. She has her own private practice, but this is streamed. You can click this from the SD73 link, Coping with COVID, and it's really, really great. And here's a page, stress responses in children. And so when we're talking to families, we're hearing a lot of these things here. But Deanna, what do you have to say to parents who are feeling this stress?
Well, I think first and foremost, you know, we just have to remember to be kind to ourselves. You know, you didn't sign up to be a teacher, and we're not even expecting you to, although I know that it feels that way. I'm a mom too, and I know that I've had to just have a little firm chat with myself and say, you know what, I'm doing the very best that I can, and it's not going to look perfect every day, and it's okay that it doesn't. And just to remind myself as well that, you know, our kids are experiencing this right alongside us, and so, you know, I'm trying to be cognizant of the, you know, anxiety and the worry and the when are we going back and all of those kinds of questions. And so just reminding myself, and if I could say anything to the parents as well, is just try to be easy on yourself, be easy on your kids. We're all in this together. And so I think it's, you know, if we get too worried about, you know, how far behind they're going to be, or what are they missing out? I mean, and I have to stop myself when I go there too. Again, thinking, okay, we're all in this together. Our job as educators, and that's us, right? We're going to have to meet kids where they're at. And we were doing that before. And it's going to be really important that we keep that in mind moving forward, is that we have to, you know, remember that we're going to have to pick people up where they're at. And so, yeah, to sum it up, be kind, be patient with yourself, and, you know, as much as you can, take this time to enjoy your children and to enjoy time together. And try to make the learning, you know, authentic. Just forget about the worksheet, forget maybe about the Zoom if that's too much for you, and just keep it simple and just having time with your kids. So I know it's a hard time, and I think lots about our families, because I know they're struggling, because it's really, really hard, and this has gone on longer than people had anticipated.
Yeah, no, great words of advice. Well, to change gears, we're going to do something fun. We're going to play 20 questions. You guys do not know the questions. Some questions have been submitted by students. So how the game is, when I ask you a question, first thing that comes to your head, that's appropriate. All right. Janine, favorite teacher as a child?
Mrs. Bach.
Deanna?
Well, I want to say Mrs. Ketlow, because I can't remember. No, I can't remember her maiden name at the time. This is her name now, is Mrs. Ketlow. I was just talking to her the other day.
All right. Janine, favorite food?
Chocolate.
Deanna?
I guess it's not really a food.
Deanna?
Chips. It's not a food either, but we both, since we're on this theme, absolutely.
Deanna, first concert you ever attended?
Oh goodness, I don't know if it was the first. It probably wasn't, but I have to tell you, probably the most memorable was Bryan Adams, and I think it was in Osoyoos. Loved it.
I was there. Music Fest
Were
'91.
you? Ooh. Yes, actually, yes.
The opening act was that band More Than Words that sang that song, Don't Make Me Sing It. Extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Janine, celebrity crush.
Oh, Matthew McConaughey.
Really? Yeah. Good one. Deanna?
I was going to say Brad Pitt.
I was going to ask candy or chips, but you've already answered that one, Deanna. So, but Deanna, if you had to sing a karaoke song, like what would be your song?
Brown Eyed Girl.
Oh. Janine?
Oh, I don't know off the top of my head.
Come on, you're a musical person. You play the piano.
I know. Oh, go out on a limb here. Hell's Bells.
For those of you who don't know Mrs. Worms, now you do. Deanna, favorite children's book?
Oh my goodness. I don't know I can't think of the author right now, but it's Mrs. Peters' Seven Silly Eaters.
Never heard of it. Have to check it out.
It's
Janine?
so good. So good.
Mine is Shel Silverstein, Alligator Pie.
Janine, a skill you wish you had. You've mastered a mastered skill.
Cooking.
Deanna?
Piano. I should have stuck with piano.
Deanna, in your best British accent, say, I totally miss our students.
In my best British accent,
Just do it.
I totally miss our students. That's the best I can do.
Wow, Janine, I won't make you do that.
Thank God.
Ah!
Janine, favorite day on the calendar?
Wednesday.
No, like the date.
Oh, the day. You said day on the calendar.
I did. My bad.
November 11th.
All right, Deanna?
December 25th.
All right, you're not obeying the rules of this game, Deanna. You're thinking too much. Oh, okay, Deanna, a pet peeve.
Complaining.
Janine?
Not putting the dishes in the dishwasher and leaving them on the counter right above it.
That must have happened recently. That sounded fresh.
Never.
Mrs. Worms, something most people don't know about you.
I rode a horse and fell off because I bragged I could ride and I couldn't.
While listening to Hell's Bells.
Maybe.
Deanna?
I'm an open book, man.
See, we don't know that about you. Good one. Okay, next.
Yeah. No,
Deanna, what's your
I'm a real
most?
thrill seeker.
What's your really? Oh, well, let's see. What's
Well,
your?
I was like a whole nother lifetime ago. I was. That's right. Bungee jumping, rap jumping. Yeah.
Cool. Deanna, what's your most used emoji?
The one where the eyes are really like big.
How can you show it like that? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Janine?
Just a plain old smiley face.
Yeah. I think mine's a heart, actually. And last one, we'll start with you, Janine. Where's your happy place?
I should say with my family,
You're not going to.
but okay, they're there too, but it's sitting on my deck at the cabin with a cup of coffee and a good book.
Nice, nice. Deanna?
In the middle of Heffley Lake on our boat with my family.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thanks you guys. I'll just do one more screen share here. And I think I have it here. I really liked, I think this will end our thing, the wonderful Dr. Bonnie Henry. So to everyone out there, be calm, be kind, be safe, and thanks for watching if you even made it this far. And we'll try another episode with some other teachers, maybe Mrs. Hanson, Miss Anderson, Mrs. Marsh, we'll see. But until next time, thanks. Bye, everybody. Thanks, Mrs. Worms. Thanks, Mrs. Brady.
Bye.
Thank you. Miss you guys.